Hello everyone, a warm welcome to one and all to IELTS Prime 9, my channel, your channel for all your practice-based IELTS preparation. If you're one such who's looking for these kind of videos, then you are watching the right video because today it's going to be how to write supporting paragraphs for your writing task 2 essays. Well, if you're a very new person who is watching this video for the very first time, then you should definitely check my previous two videos. One, how to generate ideas. Two, how to write a band 9 IELTS essay introduction. Very, very important for your task achievement. If you fail to write good introduction, then yes, you won't able to get best band scores. All right, so do check those videos and come back again to this video wherein I'm going to talk about four important elements to include. Without these four elements, your supporting paragraphs are just not complete and you end up at band 6 or 6.5 and you start thinking, wow, what have I done? Where it went wrong? So let's find out. All right, so this is going to be a practice-based session and everyone get ready with your books and pause wherever you feel you're not got what else I'm trying to tell you. So this is all about practice, right? Practice makes everyone perfect. So let's practice. All right, so let's see what's today's agenda. Well, today's goal is like from this video, you're going to understand what is a supporting paragraph and how important this supporting paragraph is and how many supporting paragraphs you are supposed to write. All these aspects I'm going to discuss in this video. Of course, there are four important elements of writing supporting paragraph. So we'll also work on these four elements. You'll come to know how these four elements change your ideas into most elaborative essay, right? And of course, I'll also using a practice question to describe everything in detail, giving you each aspect of these four elements of supporting paragraphs. And of course, at the end, you will also be given with helpful tips for IELTS essays. Very, very important. So, and yes, as the video ends, you will be given with a practice activity. Hey, there's one thing that I've noticed. None of you are commenting in the comment section. And that's kind of little demotivating me. But hey, you know what? I am a very optimistic person. And I believe one fine day when you feel like these videos are super, super easy to understand. And Sudha ma'am is helping you with, all that she knows and with her experience working with hundreds and thousands of students for the past 5.5 years across the globe. Yes, her test takers are from different parts of the world, pan-India exclusively, right? All right, so let's move on to understand this all these aspects in detail. All right, so what is a supporting paragraph? Let's first understand this. And a supporting paragraph, or we call it as main body paragraphs. We have already written our introduction. Remember, you already learned how to write an introduction. And an introduction, as you know, has three important aspects. One, the paraphrasing of the given question. The prompt is being paraphrased using alternate words. And number two, you will write your thesis statement, which is nothing but your opinion. Do you think that given question has advantages or disadvantages? Do you agree or disagree? Are you going to discuss both sides? And all these aspects are your opinion, right? Followed by the third important aspect of introduction is the outline statement. After these three aspects of an introduction, you are moving on to the next part of our discussion, which is how to write supporting paragraphs. Supporting paragraph basically is like you said, yes, I agree to it, right? To that prompt. Let's say you agreed to the given question. Then why are you, what are the points? What are the strong argument points? Or how do you want to justify your viewpoint, right? By only elaborating it, by giving relevant examples, right? Or by giving strong evidence, then only you would support your idea, right? Basically, supporting idea is like a wall. Okay, get to that point. So supporting is a wall, supporting paragraph is a wall. And if you want to make wall, right, what do you need? You need to strengthen it. How do you strengthen a wall? You will strengthen with bricks. isn't it? So what are these bricks? These bricks are nothing but your ideas, your evidences. Your viewpoint is strengthened by using different examples, different elaborative sentences, the reasons, your analysis of the given, of your opinion, right? By saying I agree and keep on adding ideas, you will never score well. So for this, you need to strengthen your idea, whatever you have thought about, the two bullet points. You have to strengthen it by supporting paragraphs. And supporting paragraphs is basically, is made up of four important elements. So it starts with a topic sentence. Okay. What exactly is a topic sentence? Topic sentence is nothing but that one statement, one line of your main idea, whatever you have decided, those two bullet points. Out of those two bullet points that you have finally decided, these are my points, I want to use them for supporting my opinion. So that main idea, you are not writing in bullet point, rather you are elaborating it, writing in a proper sentence. It can be in a complex sentence, it can be in a compound sentence, or a simple line, one simple sentence, right? Basically, topic sentences starts with a connector. We have different connectors, sequence connectors. We have how to begin. We have like to begin with. This is how we can start our body paragraph one, or we call it as supporting paragraph, or to start with, or to commence with. You can use any of these three connectors and start writing your topic sentence, which is nothing but your main idea, followed by supporting details for the main point idea. See, when you have already mentioned this is my idea, that is the reason why I said yes or agreed or disagreed. Now you have to support your idea. Simply saying this is what I think will not help you to strengthen your idea. That will not give you the above 6.5 band scores, right? So you need to support, you need to add details to your idea. Why do you think like that? What is the reason behind your saying yes or no, or agree or disagree to the given question prompt, right? And simply by giving reason, something is missing out, right? You need to add more evidence, and evidence is added by giving an example. Yes, example is much more important. The reason is this adds a lot of strength, or see, basically you're trying to convince the examiner that why your opinion is uh, correct, or you're trying to prove yourself or justify your opinion. So therefore, by hook or by crook, you're making a point loud and clear to the examiner, that who is reading, whoever is reading the examiner, and he's like deciding whether you have justified all the criterias. Have you justified the task achievement? Have you justified the coherence aspect? Coherence is nothing but the logical flow. Basically, if you follow these four elements for writing supporting paragraph, you are trying to exhibit your skill over coherence. Coherence and cohesion, these two are very important. Coherence is all about logical flow, the transition, how each idea is moving ahead, just like a movie, like just like a movie story, how it moves from it begins, it then there is a lot of fight scenes, then there's some nice scenes, then there is a climax. Like that, you're also giving the examiner a valid reason that, hey, you know what, this is the reason I have this opinion, I have this reason, and I'm strengthening it with an example. And by the way, example giving is little tricky, by because most of the ideas usually come from your own experiences, right? So make sure that you do not use I or you or him or she. I mean, no usage of pronouns, right? Make sure that you are not using pronouns. You will be using the language of general or academic writing. So you cannot say, I think that, in your supporting paragraphs. Okay, we'll see that part also. And then finally, there's a short line or a one line of concluding sentence only for this main idea, not for the entire essay. So we have a topic sentence that is your main idea. You'll write in a one sentence, and then you'll say as or because or due to, give us supporting details. Why do you think like that? Why do you have this idea? Support it with some details, followed by give an example, and then give a short conclusion summarizing the entire idea one more time. Clear? And yes, there are some connectors that we have to use, sequence connectors like furthermore, or first of all, or pertaining to the first point, or the primary reason. You know, this is the kind of coherence phrases you have to use. And these connector phrases or these connectors are really important to enhance your grip over the language, right? So very, very important. You have to use these kind of connectors. We will be discussing about connectors exclusively in the next coming session. All right. So right now we are just working on how to write a main body paragraph, and there are two main body paragraphs because we have two bullet points to discuss. Clear? For any essay, you have two body paragraphs. Now let's see the question over here, and also let's see where we can use the topic sentence. How do we elaborate it? How do we add an example? And how do we conclude this particular idea? Okay, through this particular question. Right, so everyone freeze or pause the video for a while and read it to yourself. Right. Some people say that government should provide free healthcare service to people for their whole life. Do you agree or disagree? Well, this is a very important type of question, agree, disagree type. They're more of an opinion giving question. So you need to give your opinion here, whether you're agree or disagree. There is no sitting on the wall. There is no sitting on the fence like a cat on the wall. You have to either completely agree or completely disagree. There is no saying like to some extent I'll agree, partially I will agree, or partially I will disagree. No, no partial agreements or disagreements. This is clearly you need to take 100% side of an agreement or this side of the agreement, disagreement. All right, no between something. Clear? So I hope you got the question and you know what to do. First thing first, we need to generate some ideas. We have to paraphrase them. And then above all, you have to tell me what is your opinion. For the essay sake, I'm going to completely disagree. Okay? Because see, why do I say that I disagree? The reason is very simple. A government, most of the countries, nations, or different governments cannot really take that burden, financial burden, only exclusively giving free healthcare services to people. Then the country's government cannot really support. It will be a financial burden, right? That can be one of the points. So I would say that when it comes to my opinion, I would say my opinion is I disagree. All right. I'm completely disagreeing to this given statement or notion. As I already mentioned, notion means idea or preposition. Yes, preposition means a statement. Okay. So financial burden is one of the reason on the government. It can strain the government in multiple ways. If government has to provide for lifelong of a person, then it cannot survive. Economy will completely collapse, right? Because there are many areas that government should have to look into. One, infrastructure it has to look into. It also have to look into education, social welfare, and also medical and healthcare. So many departments it has to look into. Only spending on one particular domain or one particular department, that is highly impossible for the government, right? And it will be a financial strain on the government. I hope you got it very clear why I said this, why am I disagreeing to the given statement. Now, the second idea, what have you thought? Guys, do one thing, pause the video, put your comments. What do you think? What could be your body paragraph? One idea. What is that one idea that you think when you look at the question? You can put that in the chat box because see, your responses in the chat box, whoever is watching this video, will really motivate me. It can be only one comment, but that really motivates me. All right. Now, let's get back to the second idea. So I decided to talk about the resource allocation challenge. See, sometimes resources are resources means monetary resources or treatments. There are some expensive, highly expensive treatments and surgeries, which government cannot really allocate all these. And there will be a lot of challenges in doing so, right? So basically it will be financial burden on the government and the second idea is resource allocations will be a big challenge for the government because it has to look into all 360 degrees of growth of the society, of the citizens, and so on. right? With this understanding, let's proceed to look into the question one more time. See, I've already said my opinion is disagree and financial burden on the government, resource allocation challenges. Kindly look into the introduction part. And the question here is: some people say that, some argue that. See, I have paraphrased in that way. Governments ought to has this particular video. You will be reading some of the academic words, or should I say C1, C2 level of words. Uh, so I want you also to try out these words. They are simple words. They're not very difficult, but they're band giving or they're really worth trying. All right. So if you feel you're not confident with those usage of those words, kindly look for alternatives. But trust me, this is how we write band 9 essays, right? Ought to is a wonderful expression. Instead of should, you can say instead of should, we can use the word ought to. Okay. Ought to, the preposition, don't forget that the preposition means nothing but should. Okay. I have paraphrased. Some argue that to offer, governments ought to offer instead of provide. I have used the word offer. Lifelong, so free healthcare service to people for whole life. So I have paraphrased the whole life, that particular phrase, into lifelong free healthcare services to citizens. Of course, citizens, people, citizens, right? However, look at the transition, look at the change in the story. However, now here comes my giving of opinion. You remember paraphrasing of the question followed by your thesis statement. So I'm just talking about the introduction, by the way. All of you, please recognize that. So, however, I firmly oppose this proposition due to significant financial strain. So we thought of two ideas. The first idea is this one: significant financial strain. It would impose on governments. Impose means it would be straining it. It would be more of an issue to governments, right? And the challenges related to resource allocation. Only 2 points. First point is about the financial strain. Yeah, this one, right? And this is the second point, which is related to the challenges related to the resource allocation. Got it? This is how you write your introduction, which I've already taught you in the last video. Please go through it, what exactly it is all about. However, you can also identify it. Paraphrasing I have done of the given prompt, and then I have given my opinion by saying I firmly oppose this proposition. Why do you oppose? Because I got 2 points to confirm my opinion, which is financial strain and also challenges related to resource allocation, as we already thought about it. Now, let's look at the other aspects of this. Now, let's look at the first body paragraph, my first idea, financial burden on government. This first idea, I will be converting into elaborative body paragraph of how many words? Close to 50 to 80 words. Yes, try to write at least 80 words or at least 7 to 8 sentences. I mean, 7 to 8 lines of your sentence, so that you can write 80 words body paragraph. Okay, each body paragraph should be close to 80 words. Okay, so your introduction is close to 40 to 60 words. Your body paragraph, each, you have 2 points. So first body paragraph should be around 80 words. Second would can be around 80 words. So, and conclusion is just 30 to 40 words. And so on. Then you can justify the criteria of word count of 250 words, right? And how do we do it? Very, very important. So just focus on what I'm trying to do over here. So governments, so this is my first point. Government operate within finite budgets, necessitating, please look into the word necessitating means essentially, it is very important to carefully allocate, right? Careful allocation across critical sectors such as healthcare, education, infrastructure, and social welfare. So this is how I will start writing my uh, first topic sentence. So basically, I have written my topic sentence stating about the, what is it? My topic sentence is all about my idea elaboration. I've just started introducing my idea first. That is what my topic sentence is all about. All right. What happened? All right. So basically, this is my topic sentence. So what is my topic sentence? Government operate within finite budgets, necessitating careful allocation across critical sectors such as healthcare, education, infrastructure, and social welfare. This is very important. You can also write it as, to begin with, governments often have finite budgets, very fixed budgets, okay? And they will careful and they have to allocate carefully to different critical sectors. Sectors means very important sectors like what? Healthcare, education, infrastructure, and social welfare. This is my beginning of the topic sentence, followed by, now here comes the actual elaboration. Committing to lifelong healthcare coverage without cost, without taking any charge, escalates means increases the strain on these budgets. Yes, so much of we, anyhow, for each sector we get limited amount of budget, and on this, if everything is spent only on healthcare, then what will happen to the other departments, right? For instance, look at this. So I have started my topic sentence, I have elaborated it, the second line, which is committing to lifelong healthcare coverage without cost escalates the strain on these budgets. So I'm giving a reason. Okay, reason giving is nothing but elaboration. So here comes my elaboration part. That is, you're trying to explaining the reason, right? So you're giving a reason. So topic sentence, elaboration, which is nothing but explanation of the given idea, followed by example giving. Now, please look at the way how I have given the example. Okay, examples can be from your own experience. However, you will not use pronouns like in my experience or I have experienced, my uncle has experienced. No such personal experiences should never be written in the form of using along by using personal pronouns, right? So no first person, no second person, no third person, but you will be using something very generic. Okay, the statements are generic. For instance, this is it's a wonderful example giving connector. For example, for instance, then you have to exemplify this, to state this. These are some of those different types of connectors that we can use instead of for example. Avoid using the connector which is for example. Okay, that's quite overused. So you can try out different other ways to express the same word, which is, for instance, in countries where free healthcare is provided, such as Canada and United Kingdom, governments constantly grapple means suffer, or they have this burdens, get strained with rising healthcare costs and limited resources. So they are providing free of cost healthcare. However, they are actually suffering. They're under burden, right? Therefore, and see how am I closing? This is my closing concluding paragraph, a short conclusion. Basically, this short conclusion sentence is nothing but you're paraphrasing the entire or you're rewriting the entire idea paragraph into one long sentence. That's it. Okay. So you have a topic sentence which tells what is the main idea of this body paragraph. Number two, you're trying to give a reason by explaining little more with the reasoning aspect of this idea, followed by you're strengthening your reasoning by giving an evidence of what? What type of evidences are you giving? Let's say you are already familiar with, there are close to 15 to 20 topics which are quite often you can see them in IELTS essay questions. Like one is technology, another one is education, health, then you have family, then you have travel, hobbies, music. These are some of this, or childhood, children. These are like 15 such topics where you must try out during this process of coaching or process of preparation. You should have a good grip on these topics. Maybe you can read some essays related to these topics, or you can read some blogs, articles, newspaper content. This will enhance your knowledge. I always say knowledge, and that knowledge should be converted into something useful as like a skill, right? And that knowledge, now you have to completely churn it and now bring it into the form of writing task, essay task, right? So for instance, so this is purely my knowledge information, your general knowledge about. So I know some of these countries where they have free healthcare services, but they are going through some turbulences, they have some burden, they feel the resources are completely trained only for this free services, right? And I'm closing this. I have to close within 80 words. I have to close it also. So therefore, the significant financial strain of providing lifelong healthcare services presents a formidable. Look at the word formidable. Formidable means a very high pressure challenge for governments worldwide. So there are some words that you can circle or you can look into thesaurus, or you can Google it out and try to find the meaning and make your own sentences. You know what? You can read the meaning of these particular words, like especially the words like formidable, challenge. Okay, I don't want you to mug it. No mugging business, no cramming business. Try to understand the concept. Okay, deep learning is very important. Formidable, yes, it's a formidable challenge. Wonderful collocation with the word challenge. And then you have necessitating. Careful, necessitating means it's very important. Okay, it becomes necessary to be carefully allocating these resources to different other critical sectors. So there are some words escalates, right? Look at these words and I want you to go through thesaurus or Google these meanings of these words and then put them in the chat box. Write some sentences and put them in the chat box. I would certainly love to read them. In fact, I'm actually waiting to read your comments. All right, so let's move on. So this is one such idea that we have completely turned into a proper band 9 supporting paragraph that has a topic sentence, then elaboration, that means you're explaining why you think like that, why do you have this idea about the given topic, and followed by giving an evidence-based writing, that is you're giving an example, right? And then you're closing this entire paragraph with a short statement, concluding paragraph only for that idea. Now let's move on to understand the other body paragraph 2. So I'll give you a minute. Identify what is a topic sentence over here, and then where have I elaborated, and what example I have given, and how did I conclude, right? By the way, don't get scared or frightened that you are reading some of those worldwide examples. Basically, they are like known examples. It is something that your examiner can immediately connect or relate to. He understands these examples. So avoid using personalized examples, rather use something that is relevant to the given topic and your idea, right? All right, so you can see some of connectors again. There's one connector over here. Additionally, why did I say additionally? Additionally means I'm adding one more point which is relevant to the given prompt. I have disagreed. So first idea is absolutely making sense it is inclining towards disagreement to the given prompt. And second idea is also giving a complete evidence that why am I disagreeing? What are my reasons? So what are my evidences and how am I closing this topic, this given idea, right? All right, so we move on to now, now that you got to know how to write an introduction, then followed by the two ideas, how do we elaborate and write two supporting paragraphs, only two supporting paragraphs that have four elements that you just understood. All right, so this is your sample answer. Take a minute, pause this video and read it, underline the keywords, do some reverse engineering. What do I mean by reverse engineering? Just read and understand the heart and soul of the essay. Don't try to pick up or mug up or cram these sentences thinking that I will as it is replicate it on my test day. No, that's not going to happen, right? These are all like tested, they're proper complex sentences. By the way, I write my own sample answers, so you'll not find the exact words anywhere in the internet. Got it? So these are all original, genuine, something that comes from my skill, vocabulary skills, and grammar skills, and knowledge about the topic, right? And yes, there's no conclusion, so there's one more part of your essay that is left out, which is giving conclusion. Overall, you have to conclude. You have an introduction, you have two body paragraphs, and you're left with one more paragraph, which is giving conclusion, that we will save it for the next video. All right. On that note, I am waiting to know whether you have gone through this essay or not. Put everything that you feel, like, have you read this? How did you feel about it? What are your challenges? What struggles do you have with writing task 1 and 2? Put that in the comment section. I would really, really love to read it. Got it? Well, here are some of the helpful tips for IELTS essays. You have to simply follow this, and trust me, these are all tried and tested, and they're really worth following. So first thing first, read the IELTS essay, especially agree, disagree type of questions. Make sure that you understand word by word. Don't jump to early conclusions. And of course, the next thing that you have to do is think about two ideas. What are the two ideas? For body paragraph 1, I will write this. For body paragraph 2, I will write this. Now, when you're thinking about ideas, you also have to think about evidences. That is, example giving. Very, very important. Without example giving. So, per body paragraph, one idea, one example. Second idea, second example. So, for body paragraph 1, we need one idea. For body paragraph 2, we need another idea that is related to that given idea. Clear? So ideas and examples are very, very important. Make sure that they are simple so that you can able to elaborate and explain your reader, who is your examiner, right? Who is the one who's going to give you the score. And then you have to have a clear-cut opinion. There is no beating around the bush. Don't say this essay will discuss that. Those kind of sentences are clearly rubbish. You're supposed to use I strongly believe that, or in my opinion, I completely disagree. This is how you have to write. So if you have any doubts, go back to the video, pause to those parts where I have given introduction paragraph, read, and you have to, as it is, try to write. Clear? Giving your opinion, that is your thesis statement, is very, very important. Once you said, I agree, you cannot change your mind. So some people are fickle-minded, right? They keep changing their ideas. Don't change that. When you say, yes, I agree, that clearly means you are going to add points in the favor of agreement. If you say disagree, you are going to add in the favor of disagreement. Clear? You cannot change your opinion midway. For first body paragraph, you have written something in agreement. Second body paragraph, you're writing something in disagreement. No, you're not going to do that. And ensure that your language flows smoothly. You maintain coherence, that is logical flow. And so that, your reader, your examiner, who's reading your essay will understand. It has an ease to read. It goes natural. Use organic language. Okay. So avoid too big, too complex words, and build up good examples and evidences. Try to use language that is absolutely organic, natural, simple, and something that is not too complex, right? Not too much bookish. Clear? And of course, grammar plays a very important role. So practice complex sentences, practice all types of sentences. We have three important types of sentences: simple, compound, and complex. That's it. You need to exhibit these skills, these three types of sentences throughout your essay of 250 words. All right, so before I wind up, here's something that I have for you as a practice. I really want to see how you are understanding my videos. And these activities that I give you, I mean, in the past two videos also have allocated you some activity. And I'm actually waiting to, read your essays. How is your approach? Have you understood my teaching or my lesson, my way of teaching the IELTS writing tasks, right? So here's your prompt for you. Do you think students should be required to wear your school uniforms? Why or why not? It's very simple. So if you have an agreement that, yeah, they should wear school uniform. So if you have any topic, if you have any ideas, two ideas that are needed in the favor of yes, needed, then you have to have two ideas. If you say no, school uniforms are not needed, then you have to have two ideas in the favor of why students should not wear school uniforms regularly, right? And I want you to write your ideas with the topic sentence. Elaborate your viewpoint. Include one example to strengthen your explanation, and give a short concluding sentence so that I know that you understand how you have gone through my video, you understood my teaching, and you're able to replicate or you're able to produce main body paragraphs or supporting paragraphs, right? And if you have any essays for corrections, if you feel like, man, I can write a complete essay and you want to share it to me and want scores, if you want me to give you band scores to your essays or your writing task 1, so you can, definitely mail me at iltsprime9@gmail.com. Do follow my channel and don't forget to comment. All right, so that's all for today. So today we have learned something about, these tips. We have learned something about how to write supporting paragraphs by first generate some ideas, write introduction, followed by two body paragraphs and a conclusion. Of course, I didn't teach you conclusions. That's saving for the next video. But main body paragraphs include topic sentence, that is your main idea, followed by elaborating it. Why do you feel that this is the reason why you're agreeing or disagreeing? And followed by giving an evidence to strengthen your reason, followed by close it with a concluding paragraph for that idea that you have stated. Am I clear? Yes, as simple as it is, but make sure that you are using strong vocabulary, right? Something not very complicated. And yes, grammar really matters. All right, on that note, let me close today's video and come back again with yet another practice-based session for you so that your learning gets easier, faster, and you will absolutely love learning these, concepts of IELTS writing task 2. So we are done with task introductions. We are done with main body paragraph writing. Now we are just left with conclusions. All right, so that's all from me. So stay tuned for more such practice-based sessions. Bye for now, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so that somebody who's watching, maybe somebody who's not watching, will definitely be benefited from these videos. All right, that's all. Bye for now.